Hey everyone, Tigertenaka here, and we've got an Ubers match versus MootyPwns. I was watching one of Wild Chase's streams, and she was asking, hey, anyone want an Ubers match? And I volunteered, and here's the battle. So leads on her end, I'm thinking she's probably going to lead off with either her Darkrai, Kyogre, or Ferrothorn. And I figure my Groudon is going to be the best thing to lead off with, either to just get weather up or just to put something to sleep. Because Groudon itself isn't that vital to the battle, it's the weather that really matters on it. So she leads off with one of her many Gyarases, her Darkrai, and I just leave Groudon here in to be sleep fodder, because, like I said, Groudon itself probably wouldn't be very useful in the battle. I just wanted the sun up. So now I'm gonna switch out here because, well, Gaia can't do anything, but she's also gonna switch out into her other Gyarados, Kyogre. And I believe I switch into... what do I switch into? I switch into my Ho-Oh, that's right. Because I figured just in case she wanted to stay in, my Ho-Oh could take any special attack, but I can't stay in with a Kyogre in the rain, so I switch out to my Deadly Hollows, my Shedinja, because most Kyogre can't even touch Shedinja. So she sends out her Ferrothorn. I knew she would switch out to something. I was really close to clicking on Will-O-Wisp, but I just went for the X-Scissor just in case Darkrai wanted to come back in. But she goes into Ferrothorn, and I get the Iron Barb, so that kind of kills me off, which sucks, but what can you do? So now I go into my Specs White Kyurem, and here she wasn't really paying attention, so she didn't see what move I went for. She only saw that she went for the Thunder Wave, so she didn't know what I went for, but I went for the Focus Blast, and unfortunately missed, but I guess in the long run it doesn't really matter. So she just lays up her Stealth Rocks here, which is going to rack up later on, but for right now I just go for the Focus Blast again. I hit this time, and since it's from a Specs White Kyurem, that'll easily take out a Ferrothorn after a little bit of prior damage. But now she's going to send out her Kyogre. I don't really have any safe switch-ins now that Shedinja's gone, so I have to stay in and take a hit. It's going to almost take me out, but not quite because of the resist. That just shows how powerful Kyogre is. But I stay in and go for the Focus Blast since I'm locked into it. And that'll do a really good amount of damage to the Kyogre. Not enough to take it out, unfortunately, because that Kyogre is a huge threat to this team right now with my Shedinja gone. But now I go into my Rayquaza. It's a Choice Banded Rayquaza with Recreate. And right here, I just go for the Extreme Speed after Airlock activates, not that it really matters. But I go for the Extreme Speed here as she sends in her Zekrom, which I don't know how much this part matters, but I do get a crit on the Extreme Speed. I can't really say for sure what kind of Zekrom she is. She could have been Scarfed, she could have been Banded, Life Orbed, I don't really know. Oh, she was Leftovers. I guess I never noticed that before, but after that crit, I know that another Extreme Speed will take it out, so I just go for another one. She realizes that too, and she just leaves in the Zekrom to die. Doesn't really matter in the long run, as you'll see later. But now she sends out her Terrakion. Since I'm locked into Extreme Speed, I can't stay in. So now I go out to my Gaia again, as she goes for the Stone Edge, as I predicted. The Drought activates again, but it won't matter next turn. She misses the Stone Edge, not that it really matters, because it wouldn't have taken much damage anyway. But here, I try to see if I can burn a turn of sleep, but she just goes right back into her Kyogre, which really sucks, because that thing's just a huge pain in the ass to my team, because my only check to it is gone. But right here, I figured I can't really do much else with my Fortress here, because Stealth Rocks are up and Sturdy won't really activate for anything anymore. So I just go out to my Fortress to die for a safe switch into my Rayquaza. I figured Fortress can't really lay up any hazards at any good time, so Here I just go out to my Rayquaza. I was really close to clicking on Earthquake here, thinking that she would go into her Terrakion, but I just go for the extreme speed again as she sends out her Darkrai, which I guess it was a good thing that I went for the extreme speed here, because Darkrai would have been a huge pain if I would have let Groudon die earlier, because then she would have been able to put something else to sleep. But here I go for the extreme speed again, and down goes her Darkrai. So I can proudly say I've taken out a Darkrai. Those things were annoying as hell. But now she goes into Terrakion. I almost stayed in here because I thought she would want to stay in, but then I figured she would predict that. But she switches out to Kyogre as I switch out to my Gaia again, predicting her Stone Edge. I was really, really close to staying in. That was what I think made the game, was that one move right there. I was really close to staying in and going for the extreme speed, but I predict wrong, and she goes into her Kyogre again as I switch out to Groudon. And she goes for the Ice Beam just to hit anything on my team for at least neutral damage, if not hit it super effectively, and takes out my Groudon. And next, I'm pretty much forced to send out my Rayquaza here, and I predict her switch out and go for the Earthquake, but instead of going out to Terrakion like I thought she would, she goes into her Mewtwo. And my Earthquake is going to do a really good chunk to the Mewtwo, but it's not going to be enough to take it out. And with Mewtwo's natural speed, it's going to outspeed me. She goes for the Ice Beam. I figured I can't really live a Stealth Rock switch in, so I just leave in Rayquaza to die. And it shows here that she's a Life Orb, not that it really matters in the long run. And then I switch out to my last Ho-Oh, take half damage from Stealth Rocks. And here she goes for another Ice Beam, not quite enough to take me out due to Ho-Oh's natural special defense. And I just go for the Brave Bird. I could have gone for the Recover Stall and just stalled her out of Life Orb, but I figured she's got a Scarf Terrakion, or maybe not a Scarf Terrakion, but she's got a Terrakion and a Scarf Kyogre, so I figured there wouldn't have been much point in stalling at all, so right here she outspeeds me and just takes me out the Rock Slide, and that'll be the game with, I believe, a 2-0. So good game, Moody. Hope to battle you again sometime soon. And that's all for right now, guys, so I'll hope to see you guys in the next battle or LP part.